Boys, big news for Claude users. I'm sure you've already seen this. 1 million context window now available for Opus and Sonnet 4.6. Now, when I heard of this news over the weekend, I had a chat with Michael, who is a very aggressive Claude user. But I was very surprised when he says, basically, run, bigger isn't always better. So I found it very interesting, found it very insightful, and I wanted to share with you guys here in this video. We're going to be breaking down the real advantages, the hidden downsides, and how to actually use this without burning through your budget. So let's dive right in. In case you haven't heard of the news, Anthropic made the 1 million token context window available for two models, Opus 4.6 and Sonnet 4.6, both the API and on Claude Pro and Max plans. Few key details from the announcement. First and foremost is unified pricing. So there's no premium for using the extended context. Opus 4.6 stays at $5 input and $25 per million tokens. Sonnet 4.6 is $3 and $15. Whether your request is 9,000 tokens or 900,000 tokens, the per token rate is the same. Secondly, there is no rate limit penalty. During the beta, longer requests were in fact throttled, but now that is gone. You get full rate limits at every context length. The third key detail here is media support jumped 6x. So now you can attach up to 600 images or PDF pages per request, up from 100. And fourth, in terms of practical terms, after accounting for system prompts and output tokens, you're looking at roughly 830,000 usable tokens of input. So that's enough to load a full mono repo, thousands of contract pages, or an entire agent session trace without any manual file selection. Now let's talk about why this matters. Number one is fewer compaction events, right? If you use Claude Code or any long-running agent, you've probably hit that wall where the model suddenly forgets something you told it earlier, right? So that's compaction, the system summarizing older context to make room. But now Anthropic is saying that this update led to a 15% drop in compaction events. This means your agent sessions can run longer and retain more nuance. And number two is you can skip RAG for many use cases. So RAG is retrieval augmented generation, where you chunk documents, embed them, and retrieve relevant pieces. And that's the standard workaround for limited context, and that's what we've been doing for the past 2 months. But with 1 million tokens, you can actually just load the whole thing. You don't need to chunk it by bits. You don't really need to maintain any pipeline. And number three is the benchmark performance. So it's getting better. Opus 4.6 scored 78.3% on MRCR v2, which is a long context recall benchmark. And that's actually the highest among frontier models at this context length. It's not just that the window is big, the model can actually use what's inside it. And number four is simple architecture overall. When your context window is big enough, you eliminate entire layers of complexity, such as summarization chains, context clearing workarounds, multi-step retrieval. With the 1 million context window, your system gets simpler, and simpler systems have fewer points of failure. And that's actually how Martin, one of our team members, is able to be very efficient with his workflow just because his system is very, very simple. We actually did a video about that. You can check that out if you're interested. So these are, the clear advantages. I think everyone already knows about this. But what about the disadvantages? And here's where we need to be honest, because the hype around large context windows can be quite misleading. And number one, I'd say here is the latency. Okay, I think it's much more overlooked compared to cost. More tokens means more time before the model starts responding. So for interactive use cases like chatbots, real-time coding assistance, this can be a noticeable hit to the user experience. So if you're loading, 800,000 tokens for a quick question, right, you're going to be waiting. Now, disadvantage number two would be the complexity of it, right? This is the lost in the middle problem. This is actually well documented in research. So In case you didn't know, language models tend to recall information at the beginning and at the end of the context much better than stuff buried in the middle. So if the critical detail is, say, for example, on page 200 of a 500 page document dump, then there's a real chance the model underweighs it. They don't put much weight towards the context that is in the middle. And disadvantage number 3 would be attention dilution. So just because you can load everything doesn't mean you should, right? When you fill the context with irrelevant files, you're sort of diluting the signal. Right? The model has to sort through the noise to find what matters, and that kind of degrade output quality. And disadvantage number 4 is, of course, the cost creep. Pricing here is linear, right? If you're habitually maxing out the context window across repeated calls, say in an agentic loop, then your bill adds up fast, right? A single 1 million token Opus request costs $5 on the input alone. Run that in a loop 20 times and you've spent $100 just on input tokens. And disadvantage number 5, I would say personally, maybe it encourages laziness. So this is the subtle one. When the window is big enough to fit everything, people stop curating. They stop thinking about what the model actually needs. And paradoxically, that often produces worse results than a carefully constructed 50K token prompt. Because at the end of the day, what separates a good AI user from the everyday users is their understanding of project structure, directory, what files to load in certain conversations. I've actually improved so much in 2 months. If you were to talk to me 2 months ago, I'd just be like, I just use chatbot, right? But no, like I understand, especially playing around with Claude code, system prompts, these stuff really matters. And that's what really separates you from creating the output that you want versus, AI slop. So how do you actually approach this? What are the best practices to use it well? When to use 1 million contexts, right? So for full code-based analysis, long documents, agent workflows, data analysis, you can. But if you're going to be using for those use cases, remember to structure context logically. That's the most important. Use clear section markers, include relevant metadata, test with smaller context first. If you don't get the output that you want from 200K context window, then you can scale up to 1 million. And then, of course, monitor token usage. Do not dump everything without structure. If you're already used to 200K context window, not to dump everything without structure. Do not use 1 million token for simple queries. Ignore latency implications. Forget to compress redundant data and skip cost analysis. So really, curate first and then expand second. Start with the smallest effective context. Only scale up when you genuinely need the model to see more. Don't default to dumping everything in. And number 2, I would say, is to front load and back load critical information. This means put your most important instructions and context at the top and bottom of your prompt, right? Don't bury key details in the middle of a massive document block. And number 3 is use structured prompts. So things like Claude.md files, XML tags, clear section headers. These help the model navigate a large context. Think of it like a table of contents, but for Claude to read it. But, let me be real here. For 90% of casual users, you'll never need 1 million tokens. If you're writing emails, brainstorming ideas, or asking quick questions, the standard context is actually more than enough. Where this shines is for developers working with large code bases, legal and compliance teams analyzing hundreds of contracts at once, or researchers, senior researchers, I say, processing entire papers or data sets, and agentic workflows where the AI needs to maintain state across hours of autonomous operations. So if that's you, this is a game changer, but still stick with the rule of scaling up if you need it rather than jumping right ahead into 1 million context first. If it's not, don't feel pressured to use it just because it exists. So all in all, Claude's 1 million context window is genuinely impressive, both the engineering and the pricing model. But like any tool, it's only as good as how you use it. More context doesn't mean better answers. Better context means better answers. So if you want to get better at using AI, using OpenClaw, we have a website, BoxminingAI.com, that has everything you need to get started up. It's basically a neat way, a very creative way in the Windows 95 format of organizing our videos. If you want to look at AI models, this is where you can navigate. Minimax, Claude, Opus. We'll have even more here, but it's not just a way for you to watch the video, but the summary here is very well structured, where you'll have everything you need to know right on the go. So boys, if this video has helped you, smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of this video comparing the results of 1 million context versus our default 200K context. So boys, take care of yourselves. Subscribe to the channel. My name is Ron. Shana now.